Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's Emily. Today I'm going to be taking you through this makeup look. This is my kind of go-to summer look that's a little bit fancier, maybe for like a date night or a night out with friends or something like that. I really like this look because it's been very, very hot in New York and in a lot of other parts of the world. Climate change is happening. Anyway, I feel like I walk out my door and I just feel like I'm melting without having makeup on. So I feel like this look specifically, as opposed to other things that I put on my face in the winter and the spring and even the fall, this look really is light and stays on through like the sweat and the heat and the humidity and all of that. So it's a nice look, a little glowy, but also keeping it all intact and not too shiny for this very, very hot summer season. Let's just get right into it. The first thing I do is prep my skin with this rosehip seed oil from The Ordinary. Just do 3 little drops. I never put makeup directly on my skin. I always put something on it first, and it's rarely, I don't know why, I just like don't like primer. I'll use this dewy skin cream just a little bit, not as much as I use at night when I actually moisturize my face, but just like a few little dollops. And so already kind of getting that like summer glow, but we will tone it down with powder as we go a little bit so I don't look like a placenta. I always start my makeup with my eyes. If I make mistakes on my eyes and it kind of like gets in areas that I don't want, I can very easily clean it up when I'm putting on my concealer or any kind of coverage that I'm doing for the day. I know a lot of people like doing their face first, but I just never was really into that. This is my favorite summer palette. I literally don't remember where I got it. It's called Violet Voss Berry Burst Fun Size, and it just has some pretty basic colors in it. Colors that I feel like are neutral, but like with like a nice little fun summer splash. I'm gonna go in with this brush here and take, I guess it would be a little bit darker than my skin tone color. Just go in the crease there. And then, you know, work to kind of blend it in. I'll bring it in to the first third, I guess, of my eyelid here as well. And then I'm gonna go in with this darker color here. It's kind of like a chocolatey color. For summer, I don't really do like full smoky eye, but I do just like adding a little depth. So I'll put that more just in like the outer corner. I'm also the kind of person where like I feel like when I first put on my eyeshadow it looks like really heinous, but you just have to kind of stick with it and blend it out a little bit more, and then again once like the face makeup goes on I feel like it makes it look better. Now I'm gonna take this like flat brush and I'm gonna add this like pink shimmery, like it's like a medium pink. Like this one's the really light pink for the tear duct, but this one's like a medium one and this one's the darker one. I'm gonna take the medium one and just put it like in the middle of my eyelid, just the middle. Sorry, my air conditioner just went on, but I am not turning it off. So it kind of creates that summer shimmery look without putting on those like really like heavy cream sparkly eyeshadow. And see, it really is just the middle that I did. Same thing on the other side. This makeup look, like I've pretty much been doing anytime I've gone out in the summer this year. Then I'm gonna go in with this more like, it's a very, very light, it almost looks like silver on here, but it's a very, very light pink shade. And that I do the tear duct. But as you can see, it's not enough to just do the tear duct. So we also take that and I bring it in a little bit more to where basically the medium pink stopped, if that makes sense. And sometimes I'll even just bring it past the medium pink, but only on the low, kind of, just to blend it all in. So, and then I also bring it up here a little bit. I just feel like it makes the eye a little bit more open. There we go. I like the look of this eyeshadow specifically because it gives the look of it being dewy, but it's lighter than it looks. And then I'll probably usually just go back to this bigger brush and just like spend a second like blending it out a little bit. I do not do liquid liner really in the summer. It's a little too heavy looking. I like to keep it light. So I actually go back in with this chocolate color and I take this little teeny brush. I'll do my eyeliner that way. Kind of just start basic, closer to the waterline, and then I can add thickness as I go. I also really only bring it to my pupil, maybe a little bit past, but I don't bring it like all the way in to like the end of my eye because I feel like it makes my eyes look smaller. Just kind of get it a little bit thicker here. And then I will kind of do not necessarily a wing, but just an extension. It's a very forgiving process using the same color that you used for the outer corner of your eye. You know, if you mess it up a little bit, it's not really a huge deal. I also, as you can see, like I use my hands a lot, like to touch my face when I do my eye makeup, and that's another reason why I don't really like putting on my face makeup first. I feel like once this part is done, everything else is so easy. The next thing I do is I use this Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. It's not really a foundation, it's kind of like a pre-foundation coverage, but I use it as my foundation in the summer, and I don't really put that much on, just about that much. And then I take a damp beauty blender, and by the way, this I bought, it was tan when I bought it, it's not dirty. So I basically just blend this in to just get that kind of even skin tone. As you can see, I'm still very shiny. That's fine, I'll fix that with powder, but I do like to have that glow. The next thing I do is I use this Tarte Creaseless Concealer. This is in the shade, this Charlotte Tilbury that I used is in the shade 1 Fair. And then this Tarte Creaseless Concealer is in the shade 8S Porcelain Sand. This is such a tried and true. So I try not to make it too thick. So I do under my eye, I do like my frown line. I do a little around my mouth. I do this line. I saw Hailey Bieber did that in her latest makeup routine, and I look ridiculous. It's a very like subtle move, but it kind of just cuts in a nice way. Then we do a little bit up here, and then I do very, very lightly down the nose, just as a base, and then later on I will actually just put a little bronzer on my nose to look a little more sun-kissed. I like to let the under eye sink in, so I blend that last. Just start kind of blending it all out. Definitely don't rub when you apply with a beauty blender. You really just have to press, you know. Okay, I mean, it looks kind of shiny on camera. I think it looks a little shinier in real life. So I'm gonna fix that with this Charlotte Tilbury powder. This is in the shade 1 Fair, again. You basically just saw the reflection of the camera and that was pointless. When I started applying powder with a beauty blender, it changed my life. It just hits so different when you use a beauty blender. Like, I don't know, I feel like it just looks like more like part of my skin. I pretty much just put it in my T-zone and under my eyes, and almost all of the places I put the concealer. I feel like this powder is very like, it's not cakey, especially when you apply it with a beauty blender. It just kind of feels like part of your skin. I've got that shiny nose. It doesn't look like I have any extra makeup on when I put this on this way. It just takes the shine away, which is what I really like about this powder. Because I'm using powder, bronzer, and blush, I kind of stay away from my cheeks. I do have cream blush and cream contour slash bronzer, but in the summer, I just do not like using it. It's just so like sticky, and I feel like I'm melting whenever I use it. And so I just find that using a powder blush and a powder bronzer in the summer makes me feel lighter, like I'm not really wearing any makeup. This bronzer, this is Almay. This was like my mom's probably in like the 90s at this point. Like, I don't even know. It's great. I just use this brush. I feel like we're taught to contour like almost like right under your cheekbone, but I recently started doing on the cheekbone itself as per the trend, and it just like makes you look so much more snatched. I don't know. So I'll kind of get my cheeks here. And you can see this line here that I created with the concealer really helps with the definition when applying the bronzer. Do some on the forehead, the upper forehead specifically. Just a little bit on the nose, like we don't want to do too much. A little bit on the jawbone here. And then I take this NARS Orgasm blush. We just kind of go a little bit above where the bronzer was, on like right above the cheekbone. I feel like in the winter I do more of like the cheeks, like the rosy cheeks, but in the summer I just kind of like to really make myself look naturally sun-kissed. So I kind of just keep it more up by the cheekbones and less like here, but I will just like do a little tiny bit. And it also, like, this is very sparkly too, so it kind of acts like a little highlight as well. And then again, just a little bit on the nose. When I put like the bronzer and blush on my nose, it's always like in the middle of my nose. I never put it on my, like the tip of my nose, if that makes sense. So next, I'm gonna go back with this eyeshadow palette and just do a little magic under my eye. I'm gonna take this like dark burgundy, but it's like shimmery. I start out just very lightly, not on my waterline, but right below it, like that. And then I will just do a slight extension, just bring it out a little bit more than what is natural. I mean, it's just very, very, very slight. And that will make the eye look even bigger. I recently tweezed and trimmed my brows. So I've always had very thick brows, and so I've never like shaped my brows with any sort of makeup. I'll just fill in, like, as you can see, like this brow has like a little area that I kind of went a little too hard on when I was cutting them. So I'll just fill in the spots with the same color that I use for my eyeliner. There's really like no tact in how I do my eyebrows. I just kind of, sometimes I don't fill them in because I don't need to, but it just depends on the day. I'm not shaping anything. I'm just kind of filling in the shape that's already there and just making sure it all looks copacetic. And I like using this shade too because my eyebrows are, I guess they're really, really dark brown, but they do look black. So using this like chocolatey color kind of makes my eyebrows more in the family of my eyes. I would never fill my eyebrows in the actual color that they are. I want to say it is like an official beauty tip that you're supposed to actually fill in your brows like a shade or two lighter than they are. Don't quote me on that, but like that definitely tracks with me. Because I feel like if you fill it in like the same shade, it's just like a little too aggressive. That's how I do my brows. The next thing I do is mascara. If I were to wear one makeup product every day, this is what I would wear. Lashes are the most important to me. And this is the Lancome Hypnose Drama. It's just so, I think it's too shiny for the camera to pick up. I really love the length and the volume that this gives. Like, I am always looking for dramatic lash because I have such big eyebrows and dark eyebrows and like dark eyes as well, that I feel like I really need my lashes to match the intensity of the rest of my features. Oh, there we go. Got a little bit on my eyelid like I always do. It's just a reminder that nobody's perfect. I gotta work it. I am a bottom lasher, and if you aren't, like, I don't know what you're doing. It just, again, like, I'm always trying to make my eyes look big, wide, and like expressive. Okay, so lips are next. So I'm gonna line them first. This is Sephora Nothing But Nude. I don't really, when I line my lips, overline. If I overline, I just feel like I don't look like myself, so I'll just kind of do what's naturally there. But when I do the Cupid's bow, I kind of like make an X, so it's like you go up and down and up and down here. I don't know if you could see that. And then on the bottom, we kind of color it in and make a little triangle-like shape here. There they are. Now I take this lip kit here. This is from Ish, I-S-H. It's the Lip Statement palette. And I'm gonna go in with this color. It's kind of like a light pink, but like airing on the side of like a nude. And I just use my finger. Just tap it in the middle of my lip, like where I didn't put the lip liner. And then the last step is this Too Faced Lip Injection Extreme, which is a lip plumper. I don't see like an extreme, like your lips you're not gonna look like you got like stung by a bee or anything. I just think it kind of gives like a little plumpness to them, so. So this is the final look. Here we are. Thanks so much for watching and for tuning in. I hope that this gave you some sort of inspiration for your own makeup. I am really trying my best to put out 2 videos a week. If you have any suggestions or things that you want to see, I'm happy to take them. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week. Bye.